being asexual or aromantic isn't about just the types of attraction we do or don't feel. And it's not only about who we form connections or relationships with. It's also about how we live our lives, how we find joy, how we find meaning, how we find purpose for ourselves. And sometimes the most powerful expression of that authenticity shows up in the passions we pursue and the communities that we choose. I've chosen mine, and that's what I want to talk about today.
And on this journey, one more love unraveled. I finally learned to love me for me.
I've come a long way from that confused kid that I used to be growing up. That kid without the right language, without the right idea of what lie ahead or what I might learn. But there's been some constants in my life that have given me ways to express myself, to connect, to build relationships that are healthy and comforting. And they've allowed me to grow. And believe it or not, one of those has always been Pokemon. It all started for me in the late 90s with this Game Boy and this copy of Pokemon Yellow. And it still works today. Hearing this just takes me back. I absolutely love it. And of course, there was always a small handful of Pokemon plushies too. And while most of the originals that I had aren't with me anymore, I still have this Seal plushie, which holds a lot of sentimental value to me. When I was young, I believe around 8 years old, my dad had heart failure and needed surgery. I remember being so scared, and my mom had been with him in the hospital that whole first day. It was getting to be pretty late, too late for her to make dinner for me and my sisters, but she stopped for KFC on the way home, something for all of us. And believe it or not, this was during a promotion that KFC was selling Pokemon plushies. That's how I got this little guy. You can actually look that up. And thankfully, my dad's surgery went well, and he's still here today. And so is Seal. See, life can be pretty scary. But no matter what I've faced over the years, Seal, and Pokemon in general, really, they've remained a comfort for me. Now, this past weekend, I competed in my 4th Pokemon Go Regional Championship. And while I didn't make a deep run in the bracket, my best finish still is just 2-2. I walked away with something much more personal. A renewed reminder of what it means to live life on your terms. I also reached a huge milestone, level 50 in Pokemon Go, the highest level you can achieve in the game. And it took me 8 years and 10 months to get there. And there's still millions of players who still haven't gotten there yet. In fact, my account is as old as the game itself. It started on July 6th, 2016. And while unfortunately my starter Pokemon got transferred, which was a Squirtle, by the way, those of you who are wondering, I still have this Pidgeot from the second day of the game. The first full 24 hours, the first day I got to actually go out and adventure. And while its stats aren't great, she's always been there in that same inventory with every one of the other 100,000 plus Pokemon that I've caught. So this wasn't just about hitting a number. It was about a journey. The dedication, the patience, the friendships I've made, the memories I've connected. Locally, across state lines, in different time zones. There's a lot there. So much of that journey has been shared with others, but it's also something I did for me. It's been one of the most consistent things in my life. Something I return to again and again because it brought me joy. In a world that often tells us that we need romantic or sexual relationships to be fulfilled, achievements like this remind me that I can build a meaningful, full life as an Aroace person. I can chase what lights me up. I can grow and invest in things that matter to me. And I can celebrate that with or without a partner by my side. Of course, I'll always have a Pokemon partner. And I definitely made sure to check out the vendors and pick up a few things. Come on, you didn't think I'd go home empty-handed, did you? Wouldn't you agree, Meowth?
Meowth, that's right!
I even had to face one of the top-ranked players in the world. In fact, Dunebug97 was literally ranked in the top 10 at the time that we battled. Now, I knew exactly who he was the second I saw the name across from mine, but then I had to sit across a table from him. And sure, he beat me, but in our first match, I came one move away from winning. If that Shadow Jump Bluff of his didn't have that charged move already, I would have pulled off the biggest upset of my life, probably in anything. That experience reminded me that even if I'm not the best, I'm here. I'm learning, I'm growing, and I belong. The Pokemon community has given me something I didn't always know how to do, especially as an adult. Connection. Making friends as you get older can be really hard. But through this game, I found people who've welcomed me, supported me, and shared in that fun. Just like the Aspec community has. Both have shown me what it feels like to belong, to be included, not in spite of who I am, but because of who I am. So no, being Aroace isn't just about attraction. It's about being true to yourself. It's about choosing the life that fits you, not the one others expect. It's about making space for what brings you joy and protecting that space. So what if it doesn't matter to anyone else? It matters to you. And that's what makes it special. That's what living authentically means to me. And I hope wherever you are, whatever that path looks like for you, I hope you find your version of that. What gives you that sense of self? What's been your constant? What communities, hobbies, or fandoms have helped you to connect both with others and connect with yourself better too? Let me know in the comments. And who knows, maybe you'll find someone there to connect with on that too. So make sure that you reply to them and build those connections. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share it out to spread the message. And one last thing. As you know, writing is another one of those constants for me, and my debut book is currently available. Limitless is a collection of poetry following my Aroace journey and exploring what it means to live authentically. You can find links in the description for where you can pick your copy up. So as we wrap up, for those moments when you feel lost, when you feel alone or hopeless or confused or scared, I want to remind you of the words of Ash Ketchum, the long-running original protagonist of the Pokemon anime. You can turn any tight spot into a good thing. That's how we learned to battle together. That's exactly how we've always done it. And it's how we'll always do it. Together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.